All right.
そろそろ父さんの帰りか。
Right. We left off at the fact that his father slash professor has a lot of astronomy books,
さて、下書きは燃やした。
just like his mentor.
よし。
Oh, so
だい
now
ぶ
he's
変わ
using
って
that
きたな。
space. I so want to see what his backstory is and what prompted him to, other than the fear of the church.
何を燃やした
Oh man, you did not do a thorough job. Come on, Raphael. That is just carelessness, man. I mean, he's only 12, but still, you gotta be very careful.
ああ
Ooh, this guy.
君は先日の大学行くとか
Ooh.
はい。
Does not track from the same thing that was shown last episode, right? He's only 12 years old.
少しでも皆様の役に立
This
て
guy
る
is
よう
sharp.
に善処します。これは自戒です。異端への怒りと警戒を忘れないようにするためです。
そうか
Smart answer. So weird that the church is obsessed with things like this.
関わっていないと神に誓えるか
But it makes sense, right?
ご協力
Any scene with this guy just breeds tension. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, man, you held your nerve well.
なんでみんなそうも言葉を重んじるんだか。
We're gonna have to have a hard talk here.
制されて
Whoa.
その紙は自然消化しやすい燃やすなら灰に
Oh, let's go.
この修正、父さんのものですか。
私は何も知らん
Damn. Respect.
要再開す
Yeah,
る
lay low maybe. Let things cool down. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I was told to skip the opening.
私はなんてことあの計算を修正
He saw the potential in his research, right? He couldn't help it but help. He couldn't help but
これが
help.
バレたら
Oh man, this guy is really on to them. I don't understand his obsession with
大変でしたね
going so
あ
far.
なたの教え子だったんでしょ
I mean, he just wants to keep
異端とはい
the
え
peace for his family, but
いえ
to go this far, he's really enjoying his
それ
work.
に山ほどいる教え
There's more to this
子の
guy.
一人に過ぎないフベルトとは研究の話なんてしていない そうでしょう
There's just too much circumstantial evidence here that he's not gonna overlook.
あなたの過去の研究を認めの異端だけは避けたいんでしょう
Is he going to leverage
や
Raphael?
からには骨まで悪魔が取り付いちまってる異端者本人のためにも最も強力な方法で悪を払う
Burning.
どうするか知ってますでしょう
Burning alive.
燃やすんでしょう
Fuck, that is so cruel
そのと
to put it that way.
その苦し
To
みが
burn the
どれほ
devil
ど
in
な
their
の
bones.
かどうなるのか学者でも意見が分かれるところですが私の考えではこうです
They continue to burn.
無になる
Oh.
私はそんな運命はごめんだな
I mean, those who don't believe in religion already subscribe to that
あんた
idea.
の子供を異端研究して
Wow, he really went there.
もし異端研究が行われている
Why
こと
didn't you?
を知
Oh
って
my
いなが
god.
ら密告
He's
しなかった場合
falling into each
あ
the
なたは
traps.
終わりだなんか知ってるなら早めに密告した方がいいですよ
Damn, I
出
didn't
る前に
think he would catch up to Raphael this early.
私からは以上です
He loves to wear those
では
stained
お邪魔し
sleeves.
ました
It's
本当に
part of his intimidation.
本当に初版は死なずに済むんですよねええもち
Come
ろ
on,
ん
you can't trust this guy. But I understand his position.
父さん、
Raphael put him into this position.
帰って
Raphael. Just tell it to him.
地動説は
Whoa.
証明できると思うか
Wow. I can see Hubert and
はい
Potocki now in that same sphere of how much all of this means to them.
今日はもう寝てくれ。
The resolve.
詳しいことは明日話す。
Wow.
頼む。
He's just like him, like Hubert. That really takes courage to think of the consequences of being burned alive.
すまない、ラファウ。
では行こうか。
What?
さて手続きは整っ
What the fuck?
た。梨が開く。
Oh my god. He just ousted him. Motherfucker, I just gave you so much credit. Or maybe he believes that he'll recant and continue his search, or maybe he was looking for proof. For fuck's sake, man.
4回転もすれば頬は下げて。が2つだけ
I can't see this if he actually goes through with this.
明日の裁判
Okay.
で改心を宣言しろ。
Okay.
そしてもう
He's giving him a chance.
天文に関わるな。この世で最も肝心
They
な
don't
選
want a
択は
single
何を
lamb astray. That's why they have to go this far, even for a kid.
正解を選べるはずだ。
You let one out of the
じゃあ明日
pen
生まれ変わった君には
start a whole stampede. It might look ridiculous, you know, to go so far just to punish a child, but
宣言して
they have to have that iron grip.
まあやってもいいだろう。今までなんとかなってきた。この局面も多分なんとかなるだろう。
Man, you gotta be more careful. This was way too quick
資料
to
を
get
焼いても
caught.
積んでない。前科がついても積んでない。
Being dead is the
検
end.
問が禁止されても仲間がいなくても積んでない。なぜ僕はこんなことをしてるんだ。なぜ僕はこんなことになったんだ。地動説に出会わなければこんなところにいるはずなかったのに。
Going back
地
to
動
his
説に出会わなければ
earlier way of
今の僕は
living
秀才の
logically.
ままで周囲にはもてはやされて生活は快適で
Everyone who has gone on this path definitely has thought of these
行き
things.
先は希望に満ちて
Why
世
did I
界は
choose
ず
this?
っとちょろいはずでなぜ僕はこんなこと
I'm glad we're having this internal
地動説なんて
struggle.
何の意味もあの頃と
The
同じで
lunar cycles?
僕が天文を続けるのは合理的じゃない。あの頃と同じで空はずっと遠くにある。それどころか窓はあの頃よりも小さい。でも
That's an interesting way to put it.
でもなぜだ。今はあの頃よりはっきりと空がよく見える。
Wow.
こんなに美しかったのか。
That is a shot in the dark of the prison.
被告は全体の地球ではなく太陽を中心にし
This
て
is such a good show. This is only 3 episodes and I can't
地
believe
動
it.
説を研究していたことを認めますか。
This is why they need
はい認めます。
to have it.
正解を選べ。言葉では何とでも言える。この局面も何とかなる。
Yeah, I mean, either that or death.
では宣言してください。
宣言します。僕は地動説を信じてます。
Oh my god, okay. This show is going in all sorts of directions I did not expect.
囚人でもこんなにいいものが飲めるんですね。
What is your game here, Rafael? Rafael.
あなた方が相手にしてるのは僕じゃない。異端者でもない。
It's an
あ
idea.
る種の想像力であり、好奇心であ
It's
り
a、concept.
筆境。
It's
それは
truth
知性だ。
itself. We can't oppose truth.
知性選択は君の未来にとって正解だと思うのか。
He's just part of the whole
そりゃ
big
不正
picture.
解でしょ。 でも不正解は無意味を意味しません。ところで消し飲みの効果は知ってますか？で、さっきそれをコップに
And
入
he
れました。
offered him the same. I know he's bluffing, but
いいじゃありませんよ。
wow. He's got him completely tangled. The torturer cannot figure out the logic of any of this. Look at this.
ま
まあじゃないだろ。そ
Wow.
れにその選択は教えに反してる。
Wow.
どこまで教会をコケにするんだ。死の先で恐ろしい運命が待ってるぞ。
あ、死の先なんか誰
His
も知
belief
りませ
system
ん
is
よ。
so brittle.
ソクラテス曰く、誰も死を味わってないのに、誰もが最大の悪であるかのように決めつける。
1000年近くも前の愚か
Whole
な
world
異
is
教徒
shifting.
の言葉だろ。奴らには絶対死も救い
You
も
don't
ない。
believe in that.
そん
You
な
need
こと
to
が
believe in
何
that.
になる。
Look at you.
感動できる。僕の命に変えてでも、この感動を生き残らせる。
And he declared that in front of a whole
狂気じゃない。
court, public court, right?
わからんものに熱中して命すら
Look at this.
確かに。
So much to discuss here.
でもそんなのを愛とも言えそうです。
It's not that he's not
で
fearing.
は、そろそろ一人にしてもらえますか。
He's bluffing, right? Okay.
もう少し登ったところだろう。なんで
I was not expecting that.
これか。死。
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. Okay, so that's the end of Raphael's chapter. What? I was going to record 2 episodes today. I don't know if I can. I think we need to take some time here. I might be rambling a bit this episode. I don't know. I don't want to take time to collect my thoughts. I don't know. I just want to talk right now. I can't stay quiet right now. My mind is just, it's a tsunami. Oh my god, this how are people not watching this show? I can't believe he died. It's not that the shock of the main character dying, it's that the way he went out and all that he represented. This whole conversation between Raphael and, God, I forget his name. Jeez, I should know his name. Novak. Yeah. This was a life-changing conversation for Novak. My God, there were so many times I thought, because of course you would think that the whole show revolves around Raphael, right, and his journey to uh, find the truth and present to the people, and his own arc. And I mean, that's the protagonist's story, right? That he goes out to venture for the truth, and he develops his, like, his whole story plays out, interweaved with the plot. He moves the plot forward. But right here, what Raphael said, the whole point of the whole conversation that revolved here, that my life is not important. It is what I do. It's like the truth. The truth is what we are all part of, and the inspiration that I give to other people, and my work, just like Hubert, who sacrificed himself for Raphael to, you know, take it ahead. And maybe Raphael's father, he will guide others to someone who's worthy, as we see 10 years later. I don't know how they stumbled upon it, but the next step. And I talked about this in, I think, the previous episode or the first episode, that so many people throughout history have played their part, have shared the knowledge, have added to that, that whole pool, so that we can get the truth. And so many things that we have discovered throughout the centuries, and we take it for granted today, that is being taught in school. And so many people gave their lives, so many people went through torture for this, to arrive at the truth. There were so many amazing lines in this whole conversation, that the idea that what you guys are up against is a lot more resilient than any one person. You cannot torture the truth, right? You can't even fathom, you can't grasp it. It's everywhere. It's intangible. Oh my God, this whole conversation, I was stunned. First, I was stunned at his father. He asked whether or not you can prove this, right? And then he made up his mind. Okay, my son will recant, and he'll carry on his research just like Hubert did. That was unexpected. And then Raphael, 12 years old, 12 or 13 years old, and look at this. He Novak was stunned, because for Novak everything exists black and white, right? He completely believes in the church's doctrine, but the thing is that such blind faith and belief is very brittle. As I was saying, so people who blindly believe and don't think on their own, don't really argue against, okay, so what am I believing in, what is this, let me think about it, right? And Novak, and like so many other religious zealots, they believe in something so blindly that when questioned with the truth, when questioned with an alternative theory that might seem plausible, their whole foundation gets shaken. And you see how, for someone as a torturer, like I said, their lives are black and white, not just in what they believe in terms of religion, but in terms of life and death. And when he sees this kid, have this resolve and go through these lens, and what he says about forfeiting his life for the sake of his research, it just doesn't compute for Novak, because for him, everyone must cling to life. That is the greatest of all that anyone can possess, right? That's the greatest treasure, their lives. Obviously, they will do anything to live. They'll give up on all the information, all the research. They will rat on all their peers. That's what he believes. That torture, that pendulum between life and death, if you dangle it, most people will break. Everyone will break. That is the rule of this world. That is what the truth was for Novak, until he met him and until he had this conversation. And with such a calm tone, I mean, It's not that Raphael didn't fear death. He was shaking. We see that fidgeting of his fingers, right? But Novak is just puzzled, and I really want to see where Novak is 10 years from now and how his life has changed. I really hope we catch up with him. Oh my god. So many amazing lines here that so many people fear death and deem it as evil, yet no one has experienced death, but the fear of it itself drives people to such great lengths. And when death exists, you don't exist, and when you exist, death doesn't exist. And the truth spreads like epidemic. You can't stop it. One small domino, you can't contain it all. You'll have to massacre the entire population at some point. And when he says, right, I mixed in the poppy seeds with the wine, Novak, obviously, he is going to be fearful of his life. Even though he's shrouded by death and he wears those bloody sleeves so proudly to intimidate his his victims. And he even says, right, that in a joking manner to Pototsky, that I've never experienced the pain. He loves to say it, he enjoys but when those who deal in death must be ready for it. It can happen to them also. You have to accept that. I really did not see this coming. When he tore that letter, I was like, okay, so how the hell are you going to escape? Will you convert Novak to the truth with your bluff and your speech? But it just didn't sit right with me. That the weight of that scene, I felt like Raphael was saying something so profound and so from the heart. He couldn't have been lying. He couldn't have been bluffing. He had accepted death. Right when he was standing there, choose carefully. And this was someone who lived his life, the first episode, logically and to live life easily. When I realized he was gonna die, it just broke something in me. I don't know. I didn't expect that. It's because I was so invested in where he was going, and you kind of project yourself into the main character's shoes, right? And to see the joy on his face when he discovered the the truth in episode 1 and his resolve in episode 2 and now his acceptance. I just didn't want to see him die. I didn't want to see him become another name in the history books to be forgotten, but he will not be forgotten. His legacy, his inspiration will be carried forward. But I did not want him to leave. What I think really broke me was that he will not live to see his research, his work being carried forward and where it would lead others. And the truth, he knows that heliocentrism is the truth, but he will never live to see the day where it will be adopted by the in mass by the population. That's what really, that's the real tragedy of so many of these philosophers, scientists, leaders. They will never see when their work gets that exposure, that acknowledgement from everyone. It's not that what he was chasing, but still he wanted to, obviously, for his work to get stopped here, for him to not to be able to reach the stars. It's just tragic. I want to say so much, but I feel like at this point I'm just too emotionally distraught to really explain it. I'm sure I'll have opportunities in the future to talk about this experience. I cannot go through the entire episode again. Right now it's just too much for me. It keeps hitting me in waves. What just transpired here, the weight of this episode, the importance of the scene. Raphael's character was amazing in just 3 episodes. I feel like I've seen an entire show. The voice acting, calm, defeated, but still has that resolve, that sincerity in his voice when he says all this. He truly believes in it, and he does not regret his decision. There is fear behind that smile, but he knows his work will be carried forward by others. Fuck. And then he was burnt. Even as he was burning, there was a part of my mind that just did not accept it until they showed it 10 years later. Then that was it. I feel like if I have more time, I can speak more about the themes here or something, but I just feel exhausted, man, emotionally exhausted. I was not expecting this. This show is a masterclass. This show is amazing. This is one of the best shows I've seen in a long time, and I'm only 3 episodes in a 25 episode show. I really hope that they keep this up. This is a masterclass of a show. Fuck. Okay, that's it. See you guys next episode. Bye.